The arrival nobody on Earth expected that day to come. Not really. Of course, people always talked about aliens on TV or shared strange videos online. But deep inside, most humans thought aliens would never really show up. But one cool spring morning, when the sky was extra clear and the sun was just rising, everything changed. There was a noise, low and buzzing, like the sound of 1,000 bees. Dogs barked. Birds stopped singing. People ran outside, hands over their eyes, staring. Up, a giant silver ship, shaped like a slice of moon, was moving slowly over the city. It didn't move like a plane. It just floated, silent and heavy, over the buildings and parks. The news called it the biggest thing humans ever saw. All the channels showed the same thing, a shadow falling over everything, blocking out. The sun dot inside the ship. Dr. Raltek watched the Earth through a round window. He was not human. He had bright yellow skin, big black eyes, and 3 long fingers on each hand. He wore a white coat and a scanner on his arm, blinking with blue lights. He was the chief scientist for the Zellar, the oldest and wisest race. In this part of the galaxy, next to him, his assistant, a small, nervous alien named Locke, looked worried. "Dr. Raltek, is it safe to get this close? What if humans attack?" Raltek did not answer. He was too busy studying the planet below. He had come to Earth for one reason: to learn about humans. For years, the Zellari heard stories that humans were strange, dangerous, and most confusing of all, growing in number faster than any other species ever seen. Nobody believed those stories. Not until now. The ship sent out tiny drones, as small as insects, to collect information from every corner of the world. In the cities, the drones recorded children running and playing. In the countryside, they watched families working on farms, eating together, laughing. There were old people, young people, babies, so many babies. Raltek checked the data. He blinked. Then he checked again. His hand shook a little. "Locke, look at this," he said quietly. Locke floated over and looked at the numbers. "Is this right?" he whispered. "So many humans. This is not normal." Raltek pressed a button and the images flashed across the wall. Parks full of kids. Busy schools, mothers with new babies, hospitals with lines of crying newborns. The numbers kept going up. "Every year, there are more and more," Raltek said, almost to himself. "This is not just fast. This is impossible." The ship's computer ran the numbers again. The results were the same. The captain of the ship, a tall alien with silver scales, entered the room. "Report," he snapped. Ral-Tech stood tall. "Captain, the human population is not just increasing. It is growing faster than any world we have studied. If this continues, humans will outnumber every species in the galaxy in just a few hundred years." The captain laughed. "That's not possible. Our scientists say humans are weak. They fight, they get sick, they destroy their own planet." Raltek's eyes narrowed. "But the numbers do not lie. Look, every city, every village. Humans are everywhere. They are not slowing down. In fact, they are speeding up." Locke shook his head. "How do they do it? Are they using machines? Secret medicines? Is the planet changing them?" Raltek had no answer. He only knew one thing: something strange was happening on Earth, and the galaxy needed to know. Outside, humans had no idea what the aliens were seeing. On the streets, people stared at the ship and took pictures. Some were scared, but most were just curious. A little girl pointed up and waved, not knowing that aliens were watching her, wondering how she and her family could exist at all. On the ship, Ralph ordered more tests, sent special drones to collect samples from hospitals, playgrounds, and homes. Every sample told the same story. Humans were healthy, strong, and having more children than ever before. That night, Raltek couldn't sleep. He watched the earth spinning below, lights twinkling in every city. So much life, so much energy. Where did it come from? He wrote in his log, "Humans are not just surviving. They are thriving in ways no science can explain." Tomorrow, we must get closer. Tomorrow, we must find the truth. As the alien ship floated above the sleeping world, one question filled the minds of every scientist on board. How are humans breeding this fast? And what will happen if they don't stop? Asterisk the test all night. The alien ship watched Earth, silent. In the sky, lights blinked softly inside as the Zalari scientists worked. Dr. Raltek could not rest. The mystery of humans filled his mind. So many babies, so much life. He needed to know how it was happening. By morning, Raltek had a plan. He called his team together in the main lab. The room was bright and filled with strange machine screens showing human cities, tubes of glowing liquid, and cages with small samples of earth plants and animals. "We must test human DNA," Raltek said, his voice sharp and serious. "We need to understand their bodies. Why can they multiply so fast? Is it something in their blood? Their food? The air?" His team nodded. Locke, his nervous assistant, raised a shaking hand. "Doctor, is it safe? Humans are clever. They might notice if we take too much." Raltek smiled for the first time. "We will be careful. Our drones are small. No one will see." The order was given. The drones, hidden in clouds and shadows, went out to collect what they needed. They flew through open windows and crowded hospitals, buzzing softly above sleeping children and busy nurses. They took tiny samples: a strand of hair, a drop of blood, a lost tooth from under a child's pillow. Back on the ship, the lab buzzed with work. The Zalari poured the samples into glass tubes and ran them through their alien machines. On the screens, DNA strands danced in bright colors. Locke watched the screen. "Doctor, this is not like anything we know. Their DNA is so full of life. It repairs itself so quickly." Raltek leaned closer. "Yes, and look here and here. These codes are stronger, faster. There is something extra, something we have never seen." The computer ran more tests, searching for answers. It compared human DNA to that of other Earth creatures: dogs, birds, fish. The humans were different. Their bodies could heal wounds in days, grow strong children in months, and survive in hot or cold, sick or healthy, rich or poor. "Maybe it's the food," Locke whispered, watching a video of a human family sharing a big dinner. "They eat so many things: plants, animals, sweets. Maybe that is their secret." Raltek shook his head. "No, it is not just food. They were growing even in the coldest places, in times of war and hunger. Something else is helping them." Suddenly, an alarm sounded. The computer showed a new result. On the big screen, numbers flashed. Growth rate, 2x. Prediction: human population will double in 30 years. Locke gasped. "That is impossible. The computer must be broken." Raltek stared at the screen. He knew the computer was right. Data was too clear. He turned to his team. "We need more than numbers. We need a real test. Let's find a small group of humans, just a few families. We will watch them closely. If their numbers grow even faster, we will know it is not just luck or chance." The team quickly picked a small town on Earth, hidden by mountains and trees. The drones built tiny cameras, so small even the human sharp eyes could not see them. Every day, the aliens watched the families. They saw mothers rocking babies to sleep, fathers building houses, children playing in fields. But something odd happened. The families in the test group started having even more children than before. Twins were born, then triplets. Babies grew. Healthy and strong, almost never sick. Raltek could not believe it. He watched the videos over and over. It is as if our test woke up something inside them. Some power. Locke grew afraid. Should we stop? If humans keep growing like this, what if they fill the planet? What if they fill the galaxy? But Raltek was too curious. He sent out more drones. They brought back news from every part of Earth. Human numbers were rising everywhere, not just in the test group. In the big cities, in quiet villages, on islands, and in deserts. Babies. Children, families growing. One night, while studying the results, Raltek noticed something strange on a video feed. A group of human children sat around a small fire. They were laughing and telling stories. One child held up a bright blue flower. "It's a magic flower," she said to her friends. "My grandma says it helps us grow strong and healthy." Raltek pressed a button to zoom in. He had never seen that flower before. The drones had not found it in any sample. He made a note. Study blue flower. Possible connection to human growth. The next morning, Raltek reported to the captain. "Our test shows humans can grow even faster. It may not be just nature. Something on Earth is changing them or helping them." The captain looked worried. "You're right, doctor. We must be careful. Too many humans could be dangerous for us all." Raltek nodded. "We need to find the answer before it's too late." As the alien ship drifted above the Earth and the scientists watched in silent worry, one thing was clear. Humans were not just multiplying, they were becoming unstoppable. And nobody, not even the oldest aliens, knew why. Unstoppable growth. The sun was just coming up over the mountains when Dr. Raltek woke from his restless sleep. Even before he opened his eyes, he knew something was wrong. The ship was shaking a low, steady hum in the walls. The scientists' voices were louder than usual. Somewhere, an alarm kept beeping. He hurried to the main lab. The screens were filled with new numbers, blinking in red. Locke was there already, biting his claws. "Doctor, look." Locke pointed to the graphs. "After our experiment, the human population is growing even faster. Much faster." Raltek stared at the screens. Yesterday's numbers had been impossible. Today's were even crazier. In just 1 month, the small town they'd chosen for their secret test had welcomed 12 new babies. The parents seemed shocked, but also happy. Even families who thought they couldn't have children before now had healthy babies in their arms. But it wasn't just the town. The whole world was changing. Drones sent back videos from every corner of Earth. In crowded cities, hospitals were full. In quiet villages, mothers held newborns and fathers built new rooms on their homes. Even the coldest, loneliest places showed signs of new life, human footprints in fresh snow. Tiny cribs made from old crates, laughter echoing in the icy air. Raltek watched a video from the African plains. A group of children played beside a river, their laughter loud and bright. Beside them, a tired woman smiled and rocked to sleeping babies. In the background, a drone caught the flash of a strange blue flower growing in the grass. Locke tapped the screen. "It's that flower again, the one from the campfire video." Raltek nodded. "Yes, and look at this." He brought up another video, this one from a jungle village far away. Another blue flower, this time in a necklace worn by a young mother. Everywhere. They looked, the blue flower was there. But nobody, not even the smartest humans, seemed to know its secret. "We need a sample," Raltek said. "Send a drone to bring one back." As the scientists worked, the ship's captain arrived. His silver scales glinted in the bright lights. He looked worried. "Dr. Raltek, what is happening?" The council is demanding answers. "If the human numbers keep growing like this, we will have to act." Raltek tried to explain. We thought our experiment would give us answers, Captain. Instead, it made everything worse. Human growth is not just fast, it is unstoppable. Something on Earth, maybe. The blue flower is helping them. Maybe it is the planet itself, or maybe humans are changing on their own. The captain frowned. The council fears humans could take over other planets. We must not let this happen. Locke looked even more nervous. Should we leave Earth? Doctor, or warn the humans? Raltek shook his head. No. If we leave now, we learn nothing. And if we warn humans, who knows what they will do? We need to know more. Suddenly, a red light flashed. The drone had returned from the plains, carrying a single blue flower in its glass case. The scientists rushed to examine it. The flower's petals glowed softly, almost alive. Inside, tiny. Sparks of blue energy danced in the air. Raltek took a deep breath. Begin the tests. They cut the flower into pieces and ran it through their machines. The screens filled with data energy readings, DNA codes, waves of blue light. Locke gasped. Doctor, this flower is full of power. It can heal, it can grow. It can even make other plants stronger. And look at this, it can help living things grow faster and stronger too. Raltek's heart beat fast. Maybe humans found this flower by accident. Or maybe the planet is giving them what they need. Earth wants humans to grow, to fill every place with life. As the tests continued, something even stranger happened. The drone that brought the flower started to change. It had only been near the blue flower for an hour, but already tiny roots were growing from its metal legs. A small green leaf sprouted from its camera lens. The scientists stared in shock. Is the flower alive? Locke whispered. Can it change metal to life? Raltek wrote quickly in his log. The blue flower is more than a plant. It is a force, a living energy. It makes life grow, maybe even machines. That night, Raltek stood at the ship's window, watching the world below. Cities glowed like stars. Villages buzzed with laughter and song. The blue flower was spreading, and with it, humans were multiplying faster than ever. But deep inside, Raltek felt fear. If nobody could stop this growth, what would happen to Earth? To the galaxy? As the ship floated in the dark sky, one question echoed in every alien mind. Is this nature or something far more powerful? Asterisk, the secret factor night fell over Earth. But the alien ship never slept. Dr. Raltek stared at the blue flower inside its glass case. The petals glowed, lighting up the dark lab. It was quiet, but the energy in the air made every Zelari scientist restless. Down on the planet, the blue flower was spreading. Gardens, forests, and even cracks in city sidewalks shone with blue light. People called it the hope flower, and some believed it brought good luck. Only the aliens knew it was much more than that. Ral-Tech could not get the flower out of his mind. Why was it here? Was it old? As old as the planet itself? Or was it knew something that grew because of humans? The questions grew heavier each hour. Locke entered the lab, holding a tablet filled with fresh reports. Doctor, the Council has sent another warning. They are scared. The galaxy has never seen a species grow so quickly. Some want to stop it. Before humans take over everything. Raltek nodded, still watching the flower. Did you find anything new in the tests? Locke hesitated. Yes, Doctor. Look. He pointed to a screen showing new scans of the flower. The energy inside it changes when humans are near. If a human touches it, the flower grows brighter. It makes seeds. The seeds spread, and wherever they land, humans get stronger, healthier. It's almost as if the flower likes humans best. Raltek's eyes widened. So the flower is not just helping humans, it is choosing them. Suddenly, alarms blared. K on another screen, a map of a small village flashed red. One of the drones showed chaos below. A crowd had gathered around a house, shouting and waving their arms. "What's happening down there?" Raltek asked. The camera zoomed in. In the middle of the crowd, a human girl was holding a glowing blue flower. The girl was small, with messy hair and bare feet. She looked frightened. The adults yelled at her, but she didn't let go of the flower. Locke tapped the speaker, listening to the humans. One voice was loud. "That's the plant. It's not normal. Ever since it grew, children haven't been getting sick. Old people are walking again. But now, some say its magic may be even dangerous." Raltek frowned. So even humans are scared of what's happening to them. He watched as the girl's mother stepped forward, pulling her close. The mother did not look afraid. She spoke softly, and the crowd grew quiet. "This flower is a gift," she said. "I don't know where it came from, but I know what I see. My daughter was weak before. Now she's healthy. We should not fear what makes us stronger." The crowd slowly stepped back. The girl smiled and, with her mother, walked away into the night. Holding the glowing flower close to her heart, Raltek felt a chill run down his spine. The blue flower had given humans hope, not just strength. Locke broke the silence. "Doctor, if the council finds out the flower is choosing humans, they may do something terrible." Raltek sighed. "Then we need to know more. Where did this flower come from? Why now?" He checked the ship's oldest files maps reports, legends from 100 planets, but nothing matched this blue flower. No other world had seen it. No alien race had even dreamed of such a thing. Suddenly, another alert flashed on the screen. One drone had caught a strange signal deep underground, near the village. The signal was older than any human building. Maybe older than humans themselves. Raltek sent a drone to investigate. It flew through darkness, past old tree roots and broken rocks, until it found a cave. Inside the cave, the walls were covered with drawings, people, flowers, stars. In the center of the cave, a stone bowl held blue petals, glowing faintly. Raltek gasped. "The flower is ancient. It's been here longer than anyone knows." As he watched the drones feed, the bowl trembled. The flower's energy made the air sparkle. For a moment, a ghostly shape appeared, tall figure with gentle eyes. The vision spoke words that no alien translator could fully understand, but Raltek felt the meaning. Life must grow. Hope must be shared. Only those who care for others can hold this gift. Raltek leaned back, stunned. The secret was not just science or DNA. The flower was tied to hope, kindness, and something even the Zelari could not measure. On the planet, the blue flower kept spreading. Humans, young and old, rich and poor, cared for it and cared for each other. Their strength grew with every new act of kindness, every shared smile. Raltek typed his report, hand shaking. The real secret of human growth is not just the flower. It is something inside them: hope and the power to help one another. The blue flower is only a mirror of what they already are. As he finished, Locke whispered, "What will the council do now?" Raltek could only stare at the shining blue petals and wonder. The mystery was deeper than he had ever guessed. And outside, the unstoppable growth of humanity continued. Alien panic high above the Earth. The Zelari ship felt less like a research vessel and more like a cage. Dr. Raltek sat in his office, staring at the council's latest message flashing on his screen in angry red letters. "Stop the human surge. Answers or consequences." The words burned in his mind. He knew the council was afraid. But the truth was, so was he, down on Earth. The blue flower's light was now everywhere, on rooftops, in alleyways, on playgrounds and highways. Even news reporters talked about the miracle bloom. People argued if it was magic, or a trick, or a warning. Scientists ran tests. Doctors took notes. But only Raltek and his team knew how serious it really was. Locke burst into the office, his eyes wide. "Doctor, look at this." He showed a video feed from South America. City street, once empty, now filled with laughing children. Old people. Once too weak to walk, now raced in the parks. New babies everywhere. Raltek shook his head. "It's happening too fast. This much life, this much energy, Earth can't handle it. Soon, food will run out, water will run dry, people will fight." Locke's voice was shaky. "Maybe the council is right. Maybe we have to stop the flower. Maybe even stop the humans." Those words hung in the air, heavier than the ship itself. Raltek remembered the vision from the cave. Life must grow. Hope must be shared. He felt torn between fear and wonder. Suddenly, the intercom crackled. The captain's cold voice cut through. "Dr. Raltek, emergency meeting now." The ship's central chamber, screens showed chaos across the planet. Some human leaders wanted to destroy the flower. Others wanted to spread it to every corner of the world. Fights broke out in city squares. Crowds gathered in fear or hope. The captain's silver scales glittered in the harsh light. "The council wants us to end this. We have a plan." His claw pointed at the scientists. "You will create a virus. It will target the blue flower and destroy everyone on Earth." Raltek's heart dropped. "And what about the humans who already touched the flower? What if the virus hurts them, too?" "That's a risk we must take," the captain replied. "If humans keep growing, nothing will be safe. Not our worlds. Not any world." Raltek looked at his team. Some nodded. Some looked away. Locke stared at the floor. Raltek knew what the council wanted, but deep down he felt the answer was wrong. As the meeting ended, alarms sounded again louder, more urgent this time. A drone sent a new video, a small village on fire. Angry people burned blue flowers in a giant pile, shouting at the sky. But in the middle of the smoke, a different scene appeared. One human boy ran into the flames, tears on his face. He grabbed a single blue flower and held it close, refusing to let it go. His family rushed to help him. They hugged together as the fire died out, blue petals glowing in their arms. Raltek saw this and felt something change inside him. The flower wasn't just a plant, it was a symbol, something deep and old. The humans weren't just multiplying, they were learning to care for each other, even in chaos. Back in the lab, Raltek made his choice. He called Locke and whispered, "I can't destroy hope. I will not make a virus." Locke nodded. "What will you do instead, Doctor?" Raltek said, "We must warn the humans. They need to know what the council plans. Maybe, if they understand, they can find a way to survive." Locke's hands trembled as he sent a hidden message to Earth. He used old radio waves, disguised as static, hoping a clever human would find it. "The blue flower is life. It is hope. Protect it. Protect each other. Danger is coming from above." Meanwhile, the rest of the team started work on the virus. Machines whirred, chemicals mixed, and screens glowed with code. But Raltek stayed back, heart pounding taut. Suddenly, a message flashed on his private console. It was a reply from Earth. Someone had heard the warning. The message was short. "We will fight for our hope. Thank you, whoever you are." Outside, the first council warships appeared in the sky, dark and silent, ready to destroy everything. Panic spread through the ship. Some scientists wanted to escape. Some wanted to finish the virus. But Dr. Raltek stood by the window, watching Earth turn slowly below. He knew the next hours would decide everything, not just for humans, but for the whole galaxy. Could hope survive? Could kindness stop fear? As the blue flowers glowed brighter than ever, the answer waited in the dark. Asterisk, the human response the first. Alien warships hovered in the sky, their black shadows stretching across oceans and forests. People everywhere stopped to stare. For the first time, humans truly understood they were not alone. Something big, something powerful had come to Earth. And this time, it was not peaceful. In a dark room in the alien ship, Dr. Raltek watched the chaos below. Sirens blared in the control center. The captain barked orders. On every screen, blue flowers burned in city squares as frightened people tried to destroy what they didn't understand. But there was another story happening. To a story that no alien warship could stop. In a small mountain village, a group of humans gathered. Men, women, and children, holding blue flowers close to their hearts. The oldest woman in the village stood on a crate and spoke to everyone. "We do not know where these flowers came from," she said, her voice strong. "But they made our children healthy, our old strong, and our families happy. Even when others say we should be afraid, I say we must protect what gives us hope." Her words traveled through phones, radios, and live streams. People listened. In cities, friends passed blue petals to each other. In towns, teachers comforted scared children. In hospitals, nurses placed blue flowers beside sleeping babies. Every act of kindness spread faster than any virus. Back on the ship, Raltek watched, amazed. The humans did not run. They did not turn on each other. Instead, they united. A scientist in France invented a drink from the flower that healed sickness. A farmer in Africa grew blue fields that fed his whole village. Even prisoners in a far-off jail cared for a blue flower growing between the stones. Each act made the flowers shine brighter. Locke rushed into the lab, hope on his face. "Doctor, humans are not fighting us. They are helping each other." Our message worked. Raltek nodded, but he was worried. It might not be enough. The Council's virus is almost ready. The warships will use it soon. If the flower dies, will hope die too? Suddenly, Raltek's console beeped. A human face appeared, a young girl from the first village with the glowing flower. Her voice was shaky but brave. "My name is Tara," she said. "We heard your warning. We are not afraid. We told everyone protect the blue flower. It helps. US remember who we are, not just to survive, but to care. If you can help us, please do. We will help each other, too." Raltek felt a deep respect for the humans. He thought of his own people, cold and logical, afraid of change. The humans, even at their weakest, were stronger together. They held on to hope, even when darkness fell. Below, as the warships began to descend, people gathered in every city and village. They formed circles around blue flowers, holding hands, singing songs in hundreds of different languages. The sound rose up into the sky, a wave of hope, stronger than fear. The Council gave its final order: release the virus. On the screens, dark clouds of alien mist started falling toward Earth, aimed at every place where the blue flower grew. But just as the virus touched the first petals, something strange happened. The flowers glowed even brighter. Blue light shot up from the ground, wrapping the flowers in shimmering shields. Where people stood together, the shields grew stronger, pushing the virus away. On the ship, Locke gasped. "Doctor, the flower is fighting back." But only where humans stand together. Raltek quickly sent a message to Tara. "Tell your people stand together. Hold on to hope. The flower's power is linked to your kindness. The more you care, the stronger it will become." Tara's face lit up with courage. She shouted the message out loud, and it spread like fire. All over the world, people reached out to one another, protecting every blue flower they could find. As the warships watched from above, their virus failed again and again. In some places, the flowers were lost, but where hope lived, they survived. In the control room, the captain raged, smashing his fist against the console. Raltek smiled for the first time in days. "Maybe you can't destroy hope with fear," he said softly. "Maybe you can only destroy it if people give up." Locke whispered, "They will not give up." Oh no. When the council demanded a report, Raltek sent them a simple message. The human spirit is stronger than any weapon. The more you try to break them, the more they unite. The blue flower is not just a plant, it is their hope alive and growing. The warships paused, their shadows trembling. For the first time, the galaxy saw a new kind of power, one not of war or science, but of unity and kindness. And below, as blue flowers swayed in the breeze, humanity stood together, ready for whatever would come next. The truth-revealed Dalian warships hung above Earth, silent and uncertain. On board, Dr. Raltek looked out over the blue planet, his mind filled with questions and hope. All around him, the Zelleri scientists whispered. The Council's last command still echoed in his ears. If the humans cannot be stopped, erase the world. Yet, something had changed. The human spirit, shining in every act of kindness, had shaken even the oldest minds in the galaxy. RAL-Tech stood by the main window as a storm of blue light began to rise from the planet's surface. It danced across the clouds, brighter than the warship searchlights. Wherever people held hands, wherever laughter or song filled the air, the blue flower's energy surged. It pushed back the alien virus, washing the sky clean. Locke rushed into the room, his eyes wide. "Doctor, the Council is afraid. Some say we should destroy Earth. Others say maybe we should listen to the humans." Raltek nodded. "We have seen something new, something no science can measure." Suddenly, his screen flashed. Another message had arrived from Earth. This time, it was not just from Terra, but from humans everywhere. Children, elders, teachers, workers, even. The Seacall spoke, their voices joining as one. "We are not perfect. We fight and make mistakes. But we also care for each other. Hope is our gift and our promise. We welcome you if you come in peace." The message moved through the ship like a warm wind. Even the captain paused, uncertain, in the control center. The Council's voice sounded one last time. "We must decide, war or peace. Dr. Raltek, what is your report?" Raltek took a deep breath. His answer was simple, but it carried all the truth he had found. Humans are not a threat because they grow fast. They're special because they grow together. The blue flower is only a sign. It shows their hope, their kindness, their will to help. Destroying them would destroy the greatest lesson the galaxy has ever seen. The Council fell silent. The warships waited below. The humans did not run. In every town, in every city, they stood strong. Terra stood at the front of her village, blue flower in her hand, looking up at the sky. Around her, children and parents sang together. Old and young stood side by side. The blue light grew even stronger, reaching into space. For a moment, every Zelleri on the ship felt something in their hearts, a warmth, a memory, a wish. Many had forgotten what hope was like. Now, because of humans, they remembered. Locke whispered, "Maybe the galaxy is ready for something new." In that moment, the warships began to turn away. One by one, they slipped into the darkness, leaving only the research ship in orbit. The Council had chosen peace not because they feared humans, because they wanted to learn. Raltek opened a channel to Earth. He spoke in a soft, careful voice. "We came to study you, and we found a lesson. Not in your science or your speed, but in your hope. The blue flower is yours, a gift from your own world. It grows where you care for each other. May we, too, learn from you. Tara replied, her voice gentle but sure. We will share what we know. The blue flower is not just for us. If you wish, we will help it grow among your people too. Down below, seeds from the blue flower lifted into the air, carried by the wind. Some drifted into the forests, some over the seas, and some, guided by strange new currents, floated up past the clouds. Toward the waiting alien ship. Eltech reached out, taking a blue petal in his hand. For the first time, he smiled. Without fear, as the weeks passed, Zalari scientists returned home, carrying stories and blue flower seeds to distant planets. Some called it the Hope Bloom. Others called it the human gift. On worlds that had forgotten kindness, small blue flowers began to grow, spreading a quiet light. On Earth, people never forgot the day they stood together, and the day hope saved their world. Dr. Ralt's Hack's final log read, "The greatest power in the galaxy is not speed, or strength, or science. It is the choice to hope to stand together and care. May we never forget what we learned from Earth." And so, the story of the blue flower traveled from star to star. A secret whispered in every language: hope grows fastest where kindness lives.